Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Hey, happy Monday. Listen, we don't need no intro music. We don't need none of that, honey. We need to just get right into it. Okay, it has been some days and I gave my initial thoughts, my rapid fire unfiltered, okay, my unfiltered opinion over on Patreon the minute that I watched this reunion. Cuz baby, it gave nothing but it gave me something to talk about. And I have some unpopular opinions I know that I made. But we're going to get into it anyway. So I just want to thank you all for joining me for this random live on a Monday. And we're going to get into this reunion, even though I know I'm late. I had some personal things going on, and life has to steal life. So we're here on a Monday. Okay, so let me speak to y'all. Let me speak. Let me speak. Toya, see, I am so happy to see you in the chat, girl, because tell me why. The TikTok people claiming that Ashley is pregnant. Child, when I saw that, I say, what now? Baby, I couldn't even get myself together. I said, that damn Toya. Toya, this is your fault. But anywho, yeah, I don't think that she is. I really don't. I think that it's just the camera angle and people just wanting to sensationalize what's going on. Child, I hope she ain't dumb enough to get pregnant. Child, this is a fool. Anywho, let me speak to everybody. Hey, y'all. Listen, I'm not going to go through them like one by one like I normally do. I just want to speak to everybody and get right into it. Okay. So we're here we go. Let's just jump right into it. Thank you so much another round for asking the people to like the live. Yes, y'all, please like this live. Okay. Because it helps me in the algorithm. It helps people find my channel again that have gotten lost. Honey, they've been rerouted. The GPS done took them down another street. Now they over there at somebody else's house. Child, you supposed to come over here. Now you down the street. So I need y'all to like the live. Okay. Even if you don't like the live, hell, dislike the live. I don't care. Push a button and make something move. So do something. Okay. Let's just do something. So anywho, hey y'all, hey. We don't even need to do a review, but y'all know I'm gonna do one anyway because I like to give a whole lot of detail. So it's not that kind of review. It's just me giving my thoughts, and then we're gonna get into the mess, honey, because I want to see if y'all thinking what I'm thinking. So let's just jump right into it, shall we? So first of all, here's the cast. Okay, y'all looking how y'all looking. Ashley, I see you got your Halloween costume on because you was dressed up like a clown down to the reunion. Okay, some spiders on your shoulders. You are sitting and laying and sleeping next to a snake. So, I mean, I guess you're well versed in all things that are insects and bugs and things that bite you. So, anywho, we see the two clowns here because they're welcoming us to the circus. That is the Love is Blind Season 7 reunion. I just want to say that they pissed me off so bad I didn't even know. Baby, I was so mad I could chew bricks. Do you hear me? When I say I was mad, baby, I don't think I ever been this mad. And it's not because of what you may think. I was more pissed that I had to be frowned up looking at my girl Ashley. When I actually first saw her, I thought, this girl gonna be about something. She really is gonna be about. I hope she gets the love that she deserves. Wigs and has land like it should lay. Sew in looking all natural. I just love it. And I just really want her to succeed until she got a fool. Now, let me just tell you right now, Tyler, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. The way that you sat on that stage and said those kids and that family, yeah, you'll see me around. I'm always around. I go to all my friends' houses on Christmas. I spend holidays with my friend. Tyler, do you also go and cut the umbilical cord of said friends? Do you also land there and do the horizontal polka with all of your friends? Do you wear matching pajamas with all of your friends? Those kids and that family? Do you understand that one day, okay, and people might think it's far-fetched, but one day when they decide to look for you and they put your name in the Googler and they see that you were on a show, they may watch it and see you're calling them those kids and they're from that family. I know you're trying to downplay it so that you don't make Ashley feel away. And Ashley, I don't know if you watched an episode of Scandal before you came out on the damn stage, because the way that you were propped up in your best PR voice speaking for this clown sitting next to you. And he's just so, this is the calmest love that I've ever had. And he's so great. And, the thing is, this is a forever love. And I'm not going to let anybody do anything. I'll do anything for this type of love. Well, not anything. Girl, any damn thing. Because you just did an interview talking about, I just had to decide what kind of dress I was going to wear to the reunion. And I had my dress picked out since June. And I said, do I want to be girly and wear pink, or do I want to wear black for revenge? Revenge against who? Ma'am, you are competing with that lady that was laying down with your man who claimed she was his friend and he claimed he was her friend. You are competing with those kids. You are competing against yourself. We don't give a damn. Actually, we cared about you. So that's why we were trying to make sure you didn't get entrapped. But now you're sitting next to him and it's an entrapment. Okay, we were trying to look out for you. This wasn't us trying to be ugly to you. This wasn't anybody, because really and truly, Ashley, it wasn't about you. It was about Tyler taking responsibility for the children that he created. Now you're going around here talking about he's been donating his genetics. Ma'am, what are you saying? What are you saying? You can put lipstick on a pig, but it is still a pig. Girl, I don't care how you dress it up. He's donating his genetics. Girl, what are you talking about? And then you're sitting here next to him smiling. And he can't even, he's such a horrible actor. As long as I have Ashley. Baby, not a tear was shed. You didn't cry. Okay? So just stop it. You looking at her and she acting like she want to cry. Ma'am, what are you getting teary-eyed for? Ain't no tears coming out. Everybody's eyes are dry in the house. What is wrong with you? For y'all to sit there and make it seem like we are the ones that are wrong for caring about this man taking responsibility for the children. And I notice that you keep talking about the one child. Two things can be true. Yes, he did donate to help a couple in need. That he did. But them twins, baby, they would don't stop, pop that, don't stop, pop that, work. They were doing that on their own. Baby, they was doing that on their own. That had nothing to do with anything else. You want us to sit here and believe that you knew this entire time that Tyler was donating things and he was helping out, and then she goes on with this whole diatribe. And, he was the product of a single mother and he just couldn't let that lady be a single mother. Ma'am, he needed someplace to stay. Okay, he needed somewhere to lay his Jordans by the front door. That man didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, honey. The receipts have been receding since before y'all did this reunion. The man gets evicted everywhere he lives. You're his meal ticket. You're his home. You're his safe haven, honey. He found a fool. Talking about something he didn't want to leave her. Listen, if he didn't want to leave her, then he wouldn't have left them kids behind. If that was his best friend in the world, then he would not have left those kids behind. That's all I'm saying. Now, y'all can sit up here and act like we don't know what we're talking about if you want to. And then she said, who knows better? The TikTok detectives or me? Social media or me? Social media for 500, Alex. Baby, they have dug up everything, including his fingerprints. So I don't know exactly what you're watching or what you're doing. And I know now you're saying you're blocking people. Girl, if you want to block them and live in La La Land, go right on ahead. Welcome to the circus, because you are going to be in for a rude awakening. And I hate the fact that those kids have been dismissed. And I hate the fact that you tried to play in my face and sit up here and say, oh, well, when I looked at him and this is for all the people that were over on the TikTok doing the think pieces about how we were overreacting because Tyler was not responding to said question. It was editing. This one's for you. So Ashley said, yeah, when he was responding to me about, do the kids know what he looks like? You could tell he was kind of lying because we were just like reenacting it for the cameras. Ashley, let me tell you something. I am a lot of things. I have been called a lot of things, but stupid is not one of them. You want me to believe that you and Tyler recreated this the way he was looking? Y'all ain't that good. You really were stumped. You really were shocked. That was your first time hearing that. He tricked you out of them pods. You wanted to be married so bad that you will take a piece of a man just to have a man. You are in competition with your damn self because don't nobody else want him but you. And since you got him, wherever y'all live, I don't know if it's a community property state or not, that woman is looking for her $8,000 and that kid is looking for their daddy. Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing about it. Okay, I really don't want to hear nothing about it. This don't make no sense. Let me move this banner, child, because I need y'all to see the clownery that is happening. Okay, let me just move this. Let me just move this. Now Miss Suge talking about, is he still getting the coffee? Oh, I love when y'all get crazy, honey. Oh, y'all just as crazy as me. Izzy, okay, because this don't make no sense. And Nick and Vanessa, y'all should be fired, let go. Just child, put on the unemployment line. This don't make no damn sense. I don't like, let me tell y'all something before we go further into this. I don't like anybody on this cast. When I say all of them are unlikable, I mean every last one of them are unlikable. Okay, every last one. Nick and Vanessa talking about some, well, mostly Vanessa. Well, that's why I tell people that bubble that you have, once you're married and people don't know yet, that bubble's so important. Vanessa, are you new here on earth? Baby, we have been doing this for 7 seasons now. Nobody cares about that bubble. They care about the family and the children. What about the children? Honey, don't make me bust out into song. And then how mama gonna sit in the audience and say, they have taught me so much. What did they teach you? How to get away with murder? Annalise Keaton, what did they teach you? She's talking about, they've taught me open communication. Ma'am, this communication couldn't be more closed if it wanted to be. Open communication, baby, is built on a lie. Okay, it's a lie. And the truth ain't in it. He's talking about there's no rule book. Ashley knows all of this. This is news to the world. This has never been news to us. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all on that last live that's how they was going to get up here and play? Didn't I tell y'all Tyler was going to say that? Ashley knew the whole time. It's just news to you guys and what we really wanted to do. Tyler, baby, I have dated a Tyler before. I know a lie when I see one. You and that woman can try to spin it however you want to spin it. The fact of the matter is that she's complicit with you detaching yourself from children and starting an entirely different chapter in a whole nother damn book. So if you want to continue on with this facade of pretending to be a happy couple in front of the masses, then by all means, please love on each other and love away from me. Okay? Go away from me with this. This is just stupidity at its finest, honey. Let's move on. Let's get on over here to Ramses and Marissa. Now, Marissa, girl, you had the quickest rise and fall of a pseudo reality star I've ever seen. Everybody was on your side the day you were falling on your knees. All of the women could relate. Well, not all of them. Some of us could relate. And we were like, wow, we felt that hurt. We had a whole live about it. Okay, we talked about it. And Ramses was saying that your energy was a little bit much. To this day, when you filmed this reunion, you were still sitting here choked up. I can't really talk much. It's like reliving it. It really is. I just don't really know. Girl, get it together, baby. It's been a year. Are you still with the crying? Now, I gave you a pass when you first did it because you were initially shocked. He pulled the rug from up under you, okay? He was having that unprotected sex, and y'all didn't know no better, okay? I don't know what he putting down. I don't know what he packing. I don't know what you packing. But it seems to be self-esteem because the fact that you are still here crying a whole year later and he looking how he looking and all he did was change them damn dreads and cut them off, something is not right. He's sitting here dressed like he's in a rock band. You over there with the New Year's Eve dress on, sitting and crying about something that took place a whole year ago. What is wrong with you? So then he says to us, now this is what I want people to understand because I think that they feel like, why are you guys mad at Ramses? He should have cut it off. Listen, we're not mad at Ramses for cutting it off. We're mad at Ramses for stringing her along and cutting it off in the 11th hour. The thing is, he kept reassuring her that he was sure. Okay, that's the thing. I think people are missing that. We're not mad that he cut it off. If you don't see a future, then you don't see a future. That's fine. But don't wait until you've gotten all the free sex that you can get. And then after that, you're like, yeah, on second thought, I changed my mind. Like, no. Thank you, Kenneth, for the super sticker. That's not how this works. You were still getting the sexuals, The girl was doing it, baby. This is some of the most desperate women. I have never seen a cast of women thirsting like this cast was thirsting. She was doing anything in her power to keep the two of them together. And you waited to break up with her. And then when you did, it's like you were void of emotion. Yeah, you mustered up a few tears, but y'all, you were probably thinking about that ex, and you ain't fooling me. Them tears didn't have nothing to do with Marissa. Nothing at all. You were thinking about what had and what was, and the one that got away. You were not thinking about Marissa. Marissa, it is over. Let it go. He doesn't like you. He doesn't want to be with you. He doesn't want to go back and try to start it over again. Let him go. It is okay. It is okay. And it will be okay. Like, it just doesn't make any sense for you to still be crying. Now, the best part about this was Marissa's mom, who just so happened to be named Vanessa. I said, baby, it's something about them Vanessas, and they be having a look. They'll get with you. Because Vanessa, that's with Nick, the host. She be getting with him too. But Miss Vanessa said that she wanted to punch him in his throat. I don't condone violence. But baby, the way that lady said she wanted to punch him in his throat, I said, oh, child, this is a mess, honey. Now she want to punch him in his throat. This right here is a fool. So he's trying to explain that he never meant to hurt her and this, that, and this. And Ramses, I'm not buying it. And I also don't buy the fact that you understand what us women were talking about when it came to the birth control. So he tried to do some damage control and say, I just want all of you to know that I understand about what it does to you hormonally. And we had plenty of conversations about different things that we could do. Ramses, sell that to somebody who's buying it. You saw the backlash, you've read the comments, you've seen the reviews, and it was an overwhelming response that was negative in your direction. So then, therefore, and thus and such, you get on the reunion and try to play in my face like this whole time you've been evolved and Marissa wasn't taking it the right way. Y'all really need to stop that, because that makes me mad. It's like, you know exactly what you meant and you said what you said and you ain't changing it. Then you get here and it's like, I just want to clear this up. I do care about women and how they feel. Sir, anyway. So the mom is sitting in the audience looking like, child, whatever. Baby, this was my face the whole time. Do you hear me? I think I might have been worse than that. I said, honey, I am not in the mood for none of this. And look at Ashley's pretty mama. Talking about Ashley and Tyler taught her something. Girl, I hope they ain't teaching you, because that's a lesson I wouldn't want to learn, okay? Doesn't this picture and this fox, don't they look just alike? When Ramses was sitting there with his head hanging down, all I could think about was this damn fox. When I saw Ramses with his head, baby, I don't think Ramses made eye contact with one person in that building the entire time that he was there. After they got through with Ramses, baby, he was just, he wanted to disappear. Do you hear me? Look at Ramses and this fox on this damn screen. Oh, child, I done spun around in my damn chair. Ramses, you're not invisible. Ramses. Baby, when I see that fox, I said, look at Ramses. Oh, child. I do not know why my brain works the way that it does, honey, but the way that fox is sitting perched up on that chair, him and Ramses got them same eyes. Ramses got them fox eyes. Oh, child, I'm not finna play. I am not finna play. Oh, child. So, anywho, when Ramses got through getting rammed, honey, because everybody was going, baby, that mama went off on him. But I felt her, mom. You know, you got to walk away and you felt good about what you did. And, you didn't have to pick her up. You didn't have to dust her off and see the hurt that she was going through. You went on about your life and I had to help her rebuild. So, I mean, I had to lighten it up a little bit with this damn fox, baby. Ramses, please. Ramses, please. Okay. Now, Marissa has a new man. And it's so crazy that Marissa has a new man. And just a few weeks ago, she was sitting there still crying about Ramses. Sir, it's giving rebound. And it's also giving that she might not be quite over that ex, but she's going to move on so that she can feel better. That's what it's giving me. Now, if y'all like it, I love it. And I got some hearts strategically placed over her bottom because Marissa likes to have her bottom out. And we're not going to have her bottom out over here on this channel. So I just went on ahead and covered it up. But I wanted to show y'all her new man. Now, her new man looks like he smokes Mary Jane day and night and night and day. Baby, he get up with a hot box, go to bed with a hot box. Baby, he look like he smoke all day and night. But if she like it, I love it. Now, do I personally think that Marissa is ready for a new relationship? I do not. Ma'am, you were just choked up over Ramses. There's no reason that you should be in a relationship so soon. I think you have a lot of soul searching to do, a lot of self-reflection to do, a lot of work to do on your self-esteem, and just figuring out who you are. Because I don't think that you really know who you are. I don't. I think that you just go wherever the wind blows. You're very, very, very impressionable. And I could tell by the scene with Hannah and Nick, and we're going to get into that. I just don't think that you are equipped at this moment to be in a relationship. I really don't. Now, I know you want to put it online and show Ramses what he missing. Girl, he don't give a damn. Don't post no subliminals. Don't post no memes. He don't care. He don't care. Okay, and trust me, I know, because I used to do that. Posting like you having the best time of your life. Then as soon as you get home, honey, be breaking all the way down, crying, falling on the floor, looking up zodiac signs. Baby, you are not ready. Okay, and child, where you get him from? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say on that. Where you get him from? Talking about African space cowboy and his astronaut dream girl. Girl, goodbye and good night. Moving forward. Why? Why was AD the center of attention? It was really quite annoying. Okay, I was getting aggravated and she was doing that whole Valley Girl thing. What? AD all day? Say what now? Hey, girl, we see the titties. We see them. I had to cover them up. Every woman on that stage had their boobies out. Every last one. With the exception of Marissa, Hannah, and I think Taylor. And Ashley. Ashley didn't have hers out. But baby, it was so many boobs to be seen. I said, oh, child. And they kept, and I don't know when Nick fell in love with AD. Because he just kept, AD, what do you think? Hey, AD, you know, we love you, girl. And I'm thinking to myself, when all this started? Now, don't get me wrong. When it was her and Clay's season, yes, people did like AD, but I was just a little bit confused. Because what is this? And why do we need a whole segment to talk about Bliss and Zach and them listening to a song when they had their baby? No offense to y'all. Congratulations. We read the People article, honey. Your time has passed. Like I told them on Patreon, that's like the seniors coming back and they've already graduated. What are y'all doing here? Why are you in the cafeteria, baby? You graduated last year. It's giving creepy. Why do y'all still hang around here? It's giving Arrested Development. Why do I still see you? And why are you wearing that damn Letterman jacket? Baby, you have graduated already. There's no reason for me to see you again. This don't make no sense. And then every single thing that went on, they panned to AD. AD, what do you think? And you know what? I didn't realize how annoying AD could be. But when she kept with this, it just felt like she was putting on. It was so cringy. I don't know if it was just me, honey. I don't know if they had just pissed me off because they shouldn't have started with Ashley and Tyler. That set the precedent for the whole reunion, and it just had me just like, everybody shut up. They shouldn't have started with them. They should have started with Steven and Monica. Okay, and then get to the best for last or something. Because, right, that was just too much. And then she kept going, yeah, okay, what's up? What do y'all need to know? So, AD, are you dating anyone? Well, I mean, I am. I'm dating someone. And what else? What else is I want you to get your boobies out my man's face. I couldn't sit there. I'm sorry, and I'm not insecure in the slightest, but I don't want your whole chest out in front of my man. And I know Vanessa cussed Nick out when he got to the bag. I know she did. She probably was like, okay, they didn't give you that to say. That was not on the prompter. Talking about we love AD. What the hell you mean? I mean, just the whole frontal was, I said, baby, this is just too much. We know that you're going to be on Perfect Match. We know that you're probably dating Ollie. Okay, child. Demi done left him, so everybody picking him up. If you're dating him, great. I still don't care. We just know. She's like, I'm so happy to be out of that toxic relationship. And that girl, You was still messing around with Clay after the fact. Y'all was down to the Thanksgiving together and everything else, child. Y'all really trying to play in my face. Go away from me with this. Go away. Why are all of you here? Why do we have to talk to Jessica, who was on season 1 4 years ago? Why do we have to see her wedding video of a man that was not a part of Love is Blind? What is this? Y'all just filling up space. We don't need it. We don't want it. And there should have been other things that we could have talked about. So I was wondering why AD and all of them, I wonder why they were all there. And they only spoke to AD. Poor Nancy. She barely got a word in. The only time she said something is when she screamed out to ex Steven, what were in those text messages? Tell us now. So, Nancy, I don't know why they invited you, honey. I really don't. Marshall was just there for the facial expressions. And people were like, I think it's Marshall and AD that are... Child, if you looked at this and thought Marshall and AD had sexual chemistry, romantic chemistry, then I'm going to have to write an ebook on how to spot platonic chemistry. AD and Marshall ain't a bit more in a relationship than the man in the moon, honey. It don't get no more platonic. Marshall is somebody you call to gossip with. And he gonna sit there and make faces that you can't hear. Marshall, I can't see you, baby. You gonna have to speak. You gonna have to speak, Marshall. Child, please. I'll call Marshall and tell him about the tea. I am not going to kiss him, touch him, or none of that. Okay? He just does not give me that. And I know he ain't giving that to AD. She too flirty. Child, he'll never make it. Do you hear me? When I say never, I do mean never. So he's meme worthy. And she just sitting there being all, just kidding. I was like, oh my God, child, please shut up. Moving on to this right here, because I couldn't wait to get to this. Tim versus Alex. Now, Alex, you looked nice at the reunion. Okay, yeah, okay. Tim, you had your Tim clothes on. Okay. This is what I want to say. I don't think that either of them were right for each other. I think that they were toxic. And I do think that Tim wanted her to conform to fit to this mold that he had in his mind. I think he would have done that with any woman. It just so happened that he and Alex, they had some kind of chemistry. And so he was able to trauma dump all over her and give her the bracelet and you're going to be the daughter for the family. And it's creepy. It's creepy. I mean, you wanted to wear their sweaters and they clothes to sleep. Like it was giving real creepy. But this is what I want to say to everybody. He had painted a picture that Alex was physically like assaulting him. And I know even me, I was like, those are boundaries that you just do not cross. You don't touch people. You need to keep your hands to yourself. Now, she kept saying, I want everybody to know that nothing got physical. I didn't touch him. I want everybody to know. And he turned around and said, I can attest to that. Okay. And in the same breath, he said, she put her hands over my mouth. Tim, that is not the truth. You just said 4 minutes ago that she didn't touch you. Now, the story went down like Alex was super overwhelmed about her dad. He had gone into rehab. So she's in the villa in the fetal position. And because Tim wants things his way and you have to talk when Tim wants to talk, he didn't understand Alex saying, no, I'm not in that space right now. I'm not in a mood. None of that. And I like how we just skipped over because I'm seeing a lot of people say, well, she called him out of his name. Okay, she should not have called him out of his name. And if the roles were reversed, I would be going off on him. You don't emasculate a man like that and call him no little bitch. Okay, even if he acting like one, you don't call him that. Especially a man that you're ready to marry. But at the same damn time, the woman was clearly stating that she did not want to be bothered. Y'all are strangers at the end of the day. I know y'all are in this bubble and you go down to Mexico and everybody's in La La Land. But when things start to hit you and she was actually feeling something, you are still a stranger at the end of the day. And her boundary was, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be bothered. And I hate how people are skipping over the fact that she said she protected him because he was getting loud. Okay, and I'm going to run this back to something. Y'all just keep that. He was getting loud and production had to step in and tell him to calm down. Everybody's overlooking that. Tim is so calm. The ladies are mad because Tim has respect for himself. No, Tim doesn't have respect for himself or nobody else. It is mighty funny that in the pod, he said he doesn't like to argue. Well, you was doing a damn good job on that stage. And on top of you saying you don't like to argue, you wanted me to believe. See, men like Tim, they get reactive. Like the thing is, they do things for you to react. So then they just keep poking and poking and poking. And then when you explode, they get quiet and say, see, you see how she acts? See, I'm always like, I don't really want this. I don't want to argue. You see how she's getting all mad? You see that? I know. Because baby, I done been caught in 2K, 4K, HD. I was just trying as I might to be calm. He just kept on, kept on, kept on, kept on, kept on. So I'm just like, mother, you, and then you just lose it. And then that's when the phone comes out. See, she's crazy. No, that's not how this is going to work. The lady was trying to protect you because you were being irate. And then you sat on the stage and said, I just wanted to love her. Like, what's wrong with me wanting to love her? She did not want to be bothered. And then you tried to trick us into believing that your voice carries. Tim, your voice never went over 1 octave. So you want me to believe that this woman is making up a lie on you about you belittling her and berating her for over an hour. Okay, for over an hour. And then on top of that, you want me to believe that your voice carries? Tim, we have never heard you get loud. You're very good. You're very good at what you do. Okay, and I know that's probably going to rub some people the wrong way, but at the end of the day, it's the truth. The way that his lips were quivering and he was, what? I just wanted to love you. Sir, please. Okay, please get a grip. You the type to tie a person up and put them in your trunk, child, allegedly. Absolutely not. Please, she didn't want to be loved. And everybody just kept skipping over because they don't like Alex. Yes, we saw Alex say her things, and she's not perfect either. Because the way that I would have went off on you for calling my brother out of his name, baby, it would have been on and popping. You could speak directly to me. But at the same time, Tim just kept on, kept on, kept on. The signs were all there from the pods when he said that he wore the yellow shirt and he bought this shirt simply because his ex didn't like it. The times when she would say, stop saying that, I don't like that, he would keep doing it. He would just keep doing it. And then I don't know if y'all remember this, Tim was the only man. I really wish I could play clips. But see, it's like every time I play clips, then I get in trouble. But then everybody else can play the whole damn episode. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. Tim was the only man when everybody met up for the first time to see who was who. Tim is the only man that didn't have nice, positive things to say about Alex. So all the men were sitting around and they were each coming one by one over to the ladies. Ashley was flashing her flashlight and they were all asking, like, what do you love about this person? Or what do you think about this person? Are y'all going to get married? Tim sat down and said, I like her because she don't take no I like her because she fights back. So that tells me you're argumentative. But see, people don't pick up on that. You like some BS. You like a little bit of toxicity. Then when Alex gave you the toxicity, now all of a sudden, I just wanted to love her. She can't be the woman that I want her to be. Didn't you just say out on the beach that she was the woman that doesn't take no Which one is it? You were the only one to not give a loving answer. And that stood out to me. I said, he the only one acting like he don't too much care about his person. When everybody went out to look at the fireworks, everybody was around their person. This is before the whole incident went down the next morning. Everybody was with their person except you, Tim. You didn't really like Alex like that. You just wanted to find a replacement for your parents, and you're not fooling me. Okay, so if y'all gonna sit here and act like Tim is a saint, he is not. Alex, you are not a saint either. You should never call the man because men don't process things like we do. Now, a perfect example is when I was married the first time. He could do whatever he wants, y'all. And I get mad. Us women, we rationalize things and we try to work through them. But then the minute I made him mad, baby, do you know it took him like 2 weeks to forgive me? I said, baby, not 2 weeks. When you want me to forgive you the same day. So the thing is, you calling him out of his name and emasculating him as a man, that's just something that will not fly. So even if you go into your next relationship and think, oh, he's acting like this, you don't need to say that. Okay, some things you just need to keep in your thoughts. That's not how you do. And then I knew that Tim could potentially be a passport bro When he came out of his mouth and say, you women say y'all want somebody to protect y'all. You women say y'all want somebody to love y'all. I said, oh, baby, that's all I need to know. Baby, that's all I need to know. You women say? Okay. That's the type to slap you down, child, and then pick you up and say, see what you made me do? See, you women, y'all always, y'all talk too much. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's giving weird energy. I don't like it. Alex, don't ever call another man out of his name, baby. That's not how you do. Okay, I don't care what's going on. And everybody want to skip over the fact that Tim said that you did not put your hand over his mouth. And everybody wants to skip over the fact that you said you were protecting him and you didn't want them to come in and see the big bad wolf yelling in your face. That's why you were telling him, shh, be quiet. And you know what it reminded me of, y'all? It reminded me of when I was a little kid and my brother would come in my room and just be bothering me. And I would just be like, leave me alone. And then I remember one time I pushed him down. He accidentally fell against the dresser. Child, he started screaming and crying. I was like, shh, no. Because I didn't want to get a whooping. I was like, please be quiet. Okay, I'll give you some candy. That's what this reminds me of. Y'all in there fussing and arguing. He done fell down and hit himself against the dresser. Now you talking about shh. Don't say anything. No, I don't want them to come in. Y'all need to get it together. Y'all two are toxic. And it's best that the two of you never talk to each other again. And this leads me into why I think Nick and Vanessa need to be let go. We heard Hannah and Nick argue for what seemed, well, Hannah argued to Nick. We heard for what seemed like 5 or 6 minutes straight. The minute that Tim and Alex want to hash things out, here come Vanessa talking about some, you know what? No. It's best that you guys talk to each other off camera privately. Girl, or what? Talk to each other privately. First of all, do you see his lips quivering? That's number one. Number two, why the hell would they talk to each other privately and they haven't talked in a year? Number three, this is a reunion. See, Nick and Vanessa like to hear who they like. Then they'll let them talk. If they want to hear your tea, then go ahead and speak. Just keep arguing. At one point, I didn't even know if Nick and Vanessa were present. I said, are y'all here? Like, what is going on? There was no moderation whatsoever. They were just sitting back and allowing Hannah to speak. And I think Vanessa sees a lot of herself in Hannah. And she ain't fooling me. The way that she was like, I understand that I don't want to silence you. I don't want you to not be who you are. Man, we don't care about that. We want to hear what's going on. And we want them to clear up this whole Mexico debacle since there's no footage. But instead of us getting that, you tell them, you know what? Speak to each other privately. When I tell you that pissed me off so bad, because not only is this reunion already boring, you going to have the best part of the reunion silenced. What is going on? I said, okay, basically Vanessa don't want to hear nobody talk unless she absolutely wants to hear them talk. If it's something she's interested in, then they could talk all night. But if she don't want nothing to do with it, then y'all need to talk to each other in the back. In the back? When she said y'all need to talk to each other privately, I had to pause the TV. I said, okay, I need a break. Talk to each other privately? No, that wouldn't be good. Okay, that just wouldn't make any damn sense whatsoever. That's crazy. So he got his hands up and he acting like he's so innocent with his legs crossed with them pants all the way up to his knees. I seen so many ankles. The men had the ankles out and the women had the boobs out. I was like, oh my gosh, Tim, please. Now, mind y'all, he said that he's not argumentative. Okay, his voice just carries. He's not one that likes to get hype. He don't like all that arguing. He sat on the reunion and tried to make Alex seem like it was all her. And nobody was listening because what? Alex was annoyed with him during the season and he had painted this picture, which is unfair. It's unfair that he had the viewing public thinking that she physically touched him when she did not. We just glossed right over it. That should have been flushed out. If I were the host, I would have said, okay, so let's just take a beat. So what you're saying, Tim, because you just said I attest to that. What you are saying is that Alex never physically touched you. So her hand was never over your mouth, because looking at some of the tweets and things that are on social media, there's been a picture painted about Alex that makes her seem like an aggressor. And so although you want to make sure as a Black man, you're not painted in a certain light, we also want to make sure that Alex is not painted as this toxic, ghetto, hood rat woman that likes foolishness. We don't want her to be an aggressor either, or an angry black woman. So she didn't touch you, correct? No, like flush it out. Y'all just skipping right on over because you're ready to get to something else. That's crazy. Thank you for the super chat, Zilu. I don't like Alex, but Tim scares me a little. There's a quiet rage under the surface. I would never speak to him again. Love you, Misha. Baby, see, we see each other. Okay, we see it. And I'm finna point it out to y'all. Here we go. Okay, so he acting all innocent. But let's get over to his Instagram. Okay. Now, we have already gone over this over on the Patreon, but baby, we need to go over it over here on the YouTube. Now, you're pretending like you don't argue. You know, it's all Alex. Alex has not said one thing publicly negatively about this man. Not one. She has not said, baby, I've been watching. I've seen all the TikToks. I've seen all the Instagrams. That woman has not said one thing about this man and his barely there hair. She has not. But he has things to say about her. So this is in his stories. This is the part when she was trying to explain to him, you're saying I did this, but we actually went to dinner. I didn't go to the club. Oh, and another thing I want to touch on too. Alex did not go and lay down in the middle of conversing with his parents. She was working 2 jobs. She had her first bartending gig. It was supposed to start at 9 o'clock, I think she said. She said they had been talking to his parents from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Baby, it ain't that much talking in the world. Even if I'm married to you, I don't want to sit and talk to your people from 11 to 7. I'm sorry. I got to get somewhere and lay down. I'm gonna get somewhere and lay down. So she decided to take a nap. Now, when she went to take a nap, Tim was at the store. She asked permission, not only from him, but his parents to take a nap. Baby, she was going to be working from 9 p.m. until the break of dawn. You don't want the woman to lay down somewhere? Like, what is wrong with you? So this is she was explaining herself, and this is what Tim said in the stories. Maybe it had everything to do with your actions the 24 hours prior. But, you know, maybe you were too sleepy to remember. Find out tomorrow, I guess. He posted these the day before the reunion. Tim is trying to create a narrative. He knows that a lot of people don't like Alex's personality. So Tim gets in his stories and he says things, and then he gets on the reunion stage and acts like he's innocent. Baby, you're not fooling me. And then he put up a personal text message, okay? Now, he says, fun fact that you won't see tomorrow. She actually cleaned her apartment before they filmed there and had me lie to production to cover for her. But, you know, I'm supposed to say yes for your entertainment. So these are the messages. Alex posed, babe, laugh out loud. I guess this is the producer, so he redacted the person's name. So-and-so called my apartment, LMAO. So guess we're going to my apartment. So then Tim goes, it will be fine. She says, I'm just going to throw everything in my closet and I open it, laugh out loud. So then he says, y'all going all the way back? And then she says, I don't know. This didn't prove anything to me. Her house nasty. We got it. What else do you want us to say? She knows she nasty. We know she nasty. You know she nasty. She nasty. What else? Like, what is the purpose of posting this? And like I told them on Patreon, because, you know, baby, I'll be talking their ear off. The thing is, a man like this will post revenge corn and then act like, well, she just, no. Baby, don't post my personal text messages. I don't give a damn if I text you and told you I'm at the door. Don't post my personal messages. So y'all mean to tell me that this is a man that's stable and he all right? Okay. Because I'm just trying to figure it out. Why are you posting your personal messages? You want her to look bad. So you want her to look bad so badly that you're posting about her apartment being dirty. Baby, we saw it. She's never going to be able to live that down. It's nasty. Okay, we got it. I don't understand what this was trying to prove. This is giving Hannah tease, and we're going to get into Hannah in just a minute. So then he says, the face you make watching a liar lie about lying, but only one of us is trying to be a TikTok star. Okay, Hannah, what is wrong with y'all wanting to, you know, out people for wanting to have a claim to fame? Don't all y'all want to be famous? There has to be something in you. And I don't care what they say. If you apply for a show Any type of show. If you apply for a television show, a part of you wants to be famous. It might not be a huge part and it might not be exactly what you were looking for, but a part of you wants to be famous. And you claim to not like the woman and you claim to never want to talk to her or see her again, but you know that she's trying to be TikTok famous. So you creating fake accounts so you can follow her. It's giving Harry Scary Monster. Sir, anyway, you mad because she wants to do TikToks? She hasn't responded to you, Tim. She's paying you dust. And that's the real issue. You really wanted her to be a Marissa and she's an Alex. She went in there and went to sleep instead of crying all night long like Marissa did. This ain't that. And you're mad because it's not that. You thought when you got up and made your dramatic exit, and I never want to see you again, and thanks for nothing. Have a nice life. You thought she was going to put them wings down and run and meet you at the door. Alex was like, so, hey, group chat. So it's over. Baby, Alex went to eat her food, child. Child, this is crazy. Because what man that done moved on and doesn't like to argue post this in their stories? For what? For what, sir? Because what is it even proving? Nothing. Like, child, she just want to nap in her wings, child. That's it. That's all. So let's move on over to Hannah, who is a lot like Nick. I'm sorry, who is a lot like Tim. We have Nick, Hannah, and the grenade. Now, this may be an unpopular opinion. Hannah, the words that you were saying and the way that you were saying them to Nick is giving verbally abusive. It's okay for one time for you to say, I expect this out of you, or I want this from our relationship. You were beating him down because you were battling something internally. Because when Nick, well, I don't think it was Nick, but I think it was Vanessa. When Vanessa asked you if you feel good about yourself, even after your transformation, which I know a lot of people went against me saying that you were pretty before. I thought she was very pretty. I don't think that it has anything to do with her appearance. I don't think that she has the self-esteem that she was letting on. So to hear that Nick said anything about her appearance made her feel away. But girl, you were being verbally abusive. You were bullying the man. And then you tried to deflect and put it on him. Well, he had a notepad and he said that he wanted to sell 2 houses and he wanted to be the most famous person on Love is Blind. And you mad at him because you're in competition to be famous? Baby, you quit your job to be on Love is Blind. You didn't know if you were going to find a match or not. You quit your job to be on Love is Blind. All y'all want to be famous. And what else is going on? That didn't make me feel away because he wanted to be famous. So then when that didn't work, and Vanessa, you got your nerve, you're going to sit up there talking about some, oh, okay. Vanessa, that was not a revelation, baby. They all want to be famous. Y'all still holding on to wanting to be famous. What was that group Nick was in? Backstreet Boys. What was he? He was in sync. What was it? 98 degrees. Child, we ain't seen 98 degrees except the temperature outside in Houston on a summer's day. Y'all still want to be famous. So don't sit here talking about some, oh, girl, anyway. Child, please. Everybody on here wants to be famous. Hannah is mad because she thought people were going to see that Nick didn't behave like the 40-something-year-old man she wanted him to. He was behaving like a 28-year-old mama's boy. And she thought everybody was going to be Team Hannah because some people can see that what she's saying is right. I'm not saying what she said was wrong because he does need to know how to fold his own damn socks and boil water. Yes, he does. It's your delivery. That's what's getting lost. It's not the message. The message is right. Everybody want to take away from the message is correct. He was talking about sports and she was talking about stocks and bonds. That's annoying. If you get on here and you tell me you want to take a wife, now is not the time to be playing. I'm asking you about your 401k. Do you have a savings? Do you have a Roth IRA? Like, I'm asking you these questions and he's talking about no, but do you watch sports? That's not funny to me. Like, this is something serious we need to talk about. Because if you have debt, it is now mine. If you have child support, shout out to Tyler. It is now mine. But you were so rude, so crass, and so verbally abusive that it just overshadowed anything that Nick could have done. Just because he said that he thought you looked like a grenade does not negate the fact that you were mean to him, relentlessly mean to him. But it just, I don't know. And then the thing is this, He said this off camera. He whispered it to whoever it was he whispered it to. Now, I knew a long time ago that Nick wasn't squeaky clean. I'm like, nobody is that nice to just let somebody keep talking to them and dogging them out. Nick is just there because, like I told y'all, I don't know if y'all remember from this live. Remember, I told y'all, I don't know if it might have been in a review, but I said that Nick didn't want to talk about sex because Nick is aware of the cameras. He told her ahead of time when they first got to Mexico, I don't want to talk about certain things. I have a brand. He told her that. He said, so certain things we're not going to speak about. He knew not to be Hannah because people are watching. That's common sense, girl. It's not his fault you lost your mind. That is not his fault. So you're mad because he didn't do what you did. And Hannah, you want to talk about Nick saying the grenade comment, which was disrespectful. And I know it hurt your feelings because you were dealing with something and you wanted to change your outer appearance. I completely understand that. But girl, you got on camera and said to Ashley that he does not know how to put it down. He does not know how to have sex. He does not know how to go downtown. He don't know how to take a bite of the cookie. You said all of that on camera. But you mad because he called you a grenade in private? Girl, goodbye and good night. Child, I ain't got time for this. You mad at this man because of something he said in private when you berated him to no end on camera. You said that he is that of an 18-year-old boy when it comes to sex. Do you remember that, Hannah? Do you remember it? Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not losing my damn mind. And then when you were losing, everybody starts to gang up on him. But y'all know what? Some people owe Hannah an apology, and I'm going to tell you why. Hannah was just going to take this, and she was going back and forth and back with Nick. And she was saying that Nick was liking hate comments. Now, if you go back and watch, that was not Hannah's thought. It was Marissa's. Marissa wants to be an attorney, baby, but I wouldn't let her represent me at a traffic light. Do you hear me? There is no way that I would hire Marissa to do anything in defense of me. Marissa leans over. I want y'all to go back and rewatch it. Marissa leans over and says, well, why was he liking the hate comments? Then Hannah says, so why were you liking hate comments about me? That was not her initial thought. Marissa fed her that. And a lot of people were like, Hannah, and yes, Hannah is a boop, okay? But Marissa fed her that line. Marissa, your defendant is guilty, okay? Objection overruled. You need to sit back. You got all hype, getting all in their business, talking about Nick. You just need to be honest. You need to just say. And then Ramses, he's quiet. Okay, that's obvious. You need to sit back because you didn't have any smoke for Ramses. None. But see, you pick on people that you know won't fight back. That is so whack. I hate when people do that. You're going to pick on this man because you know he's not going to say anything back. So here you go, going back and forth with him, and now everybody's coming together. Oh, no, Nick, you did say it. You said it off camera, and you were talking about her looks. Okay, that's wrong. Because, Nick, if you weren't satisfied, which I knew you weren't, because I remember saying that when you were on that duck with that lady, you seemed more interested in that lady than you did in Hannah. But see, you know how to play the game. But you wasn't fooling me. So I already knew that's how you felt. But Hannah, you didn't like the way he looked either. You thought you were going to get a big burly football player, and you got Nick. He said he was a kicker. He was a kicker. Girl, he was a kicker, honey. So when Hannah was sitting there and didn't know which way to go, her lawyer jumped in defense of Hannah. And now everyone on the stage is giving their 2 cents about Nick and what he had to say about Hannah off camera. Now, Nick, on to you. You lied. And you were going to continue to lie had Ramses not jumped in and said, okay, dude, just take some accountability. Like you said it. Come on. Because Ramses didn't want Marissa mama to say nothing else to him. So he was like, let me just say something so they don't bother me. Sir, you lied. You said it. Just own that you said you didn't like the way that she looked. You want to be so squeaky clean that you want us all to believe that you've never said anything wrong about the woman. You did. You need to own that. That was disrespectful, and I'm sure it didn't make her feel good. But Hannah, you didn't make him feel good from the time he first saw you. So girl, gone. And Marissa, shut up. You the main one hooping and hollering about Ramses, but now you got all this smoke for Nick. Somebody that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Sit back. But as my best friend, because she's like my best friend. It's like me, her, and Katie. We're all best friends. And since, Hannah, and she's been mean to me before. We've worked through it, but she's been mean to me. I get it. I get it. And like people don't understand. So then Nick says, well, why did Hannah meet me just a few weeks ago? And then Hannah turns around because all y'all crazy. Let me tell you how all y'all crazy. Nick says, well, why did Hannah want to meet with me? Hannah says, I just wanted to have sex with you again. Ma'am, why would you want to have sex with a man that has an 18-year-old mindset when it comes to getting down? What is wrong with you? Didn't you say that that's what he was lacking? So why are you back over there? And then Marissa, you looking silly because you're talking about well, I don't know. I was effing this man. Oh my gosh. Child, when she said that and that paying the camera to her mom, I said, Marissa, you on punishment when you get home. Baby, the way that mama was looking at her like, I'm gonna whoop yo when you get out of here. You are on punishment, and you better not get on that social media when you get home. Marissa, certain things you just shouldn't say. And if you get in a courtroom and you present a case the way that you did on that stage, you might as well get ready to lose. Okay? Baby, I could go up against you. I could go up against you in a courtroom because that right there was ridiculous. You speaking up and talking all over him, but you didn't have anything to say to Ramses, the one who broke your heart, had sex with you again, told you no again, had sex with you again, and then told you no again. There's nothing for him, but everything for a man you were not in a relationship with. Okay, anyway, child. So after she started getting all the backlash because she was America's sweetheart the week before, and then these set of episodes came out, and then everybody was like, hey, Marissa. Child, they couldn't stand Marissa. Do you hear me? So Marissa took to her social media and she says this. I show up every day as my authentic self. I make mistakes. I say the wrong thing, and sometimes stand by those who may not deserve it. Baby, not her saying she stand by those who don't deserve it. Because authenticity matters more to me than curating an image. At the reunion, I came without resentment toward Ramses or anyone else. For those who expected me to go off, know that I will always handle things my way. We've had many conversations since our breakup, and I wish him well. Why do you keep talking to him? Baby, he couldn't hold the door open for me. Why do you keep talking to him? As for Nick and Hannah, I've never justified her treatment of him. Watching the season, I was just as surprised as anyone. On stage, I addressed a specific comment that Nick made about her, a fact that I know firsthand. Nick's dishonesty doesn't excuse Hannah's verbal abuse. Those are two separate issues. When her behavior was raised, I told her she was wrong, something I've done privately, in interviews and on stage. I don't control the final edit. Y'all, please stop blaming editing. Girl, this was just as a smooth transition as any. Y'all didn't have nothing to talk about. What was there to edit? And I won't be blamed for others' silence. I'm no bully. I simply said what others wouldn't say when the cameras started rolling. Ma'am, it's giving damage control because they eating you up in them comments. I'm talking about eating her up. And I'm just like, y'all leave her alone, child. She don't know no better, honey. She don't even know who she is. They are eating her up. Okay, eating her alive. So this is what I want y'all to hear. Now, mind you, she said that her and Hannah were best friends. Okay, that's what she said. She said they were best friends, and Katie they're the three best friends that anyone could have, baby. They giving hangover. Until this. Now, y'all listen to this, child, because they playing in my face. Okay? Y'all listen to this.
Me and Hannah are not necessarily we're not best friends, we're working through that. It's hard to see someone the way it was portrayed on the camera. Like, it was hard to see her be that way. So we're working on that as friends, but we'll see.
Because I feel like at the reunion, people were definitely taking sides. So I did feel like you and Hannah were best friends, but you're saying you're not.
Yeah, at the reunion, we're friends, but it wasn't about sides at the end of the day. I do think the way that Hannah acted was really horrible towards Nick. And I got to know Nick a lot in the pods. We dated for quite some time. Mm-hmm. And so watching on the screen, I was very shocked. But me and Hannah are...
Say what now? Me and Hannah, we weren't like friends. We're friends, and it wasn't about. And because I want to say that we want, baby. That's what I said, baby. You would not represent me. Mm mm You couldn't represent me, honey. You cannot even articulate the facts. What are the facts of the case, Marissa? Quickly, quickly, quickly. Objection, Your Honor, overruled. We lost, Marissa. Okay, we've lost. Girl, what was that? Now all of a sudden, after you got the backlash, y'all were never best friends? Girl, yes, you were. And that says more about you than it probably says about Hannah. Because now you want to distance yourself only because you got backlash. You should have sat there and ate your food the first time. Nobody asked for your opinion. Why did you pipe up? There was no need for you to pipe up, Marissa. None. Like, you could have just been quiet. This just doesn't make any sense. Why are you speaking right now? I'm not understanding it. So she went ahead and told us that she's being authentic and that her and Hannah are no longer best friends. Okay, Marissa, let's move on, y'all. Let's move on to Stephen, his pathological lying, his script that he lives by, and Monica acting oblivious. Monica, don't think that we forgot that you were also very insufferable. Okay? That's why I said I don't like nobody on here. When I say not one cast member, I do mean not one. Okay, so Steven is talking about nobody's gonna believe me. Like they're like, what do you want from me, honey? I wish I had that Tyrese meme because he is like, well, nobody's gonna believe me anyway. But I went to therapy. I wrote her family a letter. I asked my parents about it. Steven, if you want me to believe that you went to some damn therapy and asked your parents about a DM, you must be out of your rabbit mind. I do not believe, because if my son called me talking about mom, I sent a freaky dick. Don't call me with that. Baby, the way I'm gonna hang up on my son, baby, don't call me about that. You knew what you was doing when you did it. Baby, don't call me about that. You mean to tell me that you called your parents because you sent a freaky dicky message and Monica found out? Okay, Steven. Then you said that the ladies mess. Now, this is what Steven said. Now, Steven, I don't know if you were part of a freaky dicky forum or what. And if you do your thing in your bed, do your thing in your bed. You're grown. That's not the problem. The issue is you have an issue with being honest. And this seems like some type of addiction because this is exactly what you explained to Monica in the pods. You said that you had an emotional relationship or some messages with another woman and you went to therapy. Now here you are saying the exact same thing is given rinse and repeat. Now you're saying I went to therapy. For what? What did you go to therapy for, Steven? Why? You said I went to therapy. I wrote her parents a letter. I talked to my parents. You guys aren't going to believe me anyway. So what should I do? Nobody's going to believe me. Steven, that's what normally happens when people lie. It's kind of hard to believe you, buddy. And then Vanessa looks to Monica and says, so Monica, you didn't see anything? There was no red flags? You didn't, Well, no, and never in a million years would I have thought that Steven would do this. Like, never in a million years. Monica, are you new? You know what? As a matter of fact, let me pull this up. Because see, Monica, you playing in my face as well. Never in a million years would you have thought, Monica. The man told you in the pods that he play all day. He told you in the pods that he was a cheater. And what did you say? You said, I'm so sorry, Steven. I'm so sorry that you went through that. Like, I'm so sorry. You're sorry that he went through cheating? And then she said, well, I said that because no other man had ever, been forthcoming. And Stephen and I's conversation in the pod was obviously much longer. Ma'am, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it was. You said sorry to him for him cheating on someone else. Until Stephen, nobody had been honest about an indiscretion. Oh, baby, the bar is in hell. So the fact that he just continues to say, you're absolutely right. You're right. You're right. I shouldn't. Yep. You're right. Everybody. Right. I'm sorry. You're right. Nope. I shouldn't. You're right. Exactly, Monica. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. No, Steven does that so that you can stop harping on him. Just sitting up talking about some, you're right. Sir, shut up. Talking about some dang on, you're right. I know I'm right. And what else is going on? Stop acting like you're in need of something at all times a day. She's talking about he made me feel so safe. Like I never saw it coming. Never in a million years. Like, so people might watch the show and think differently, but there were no signs. Monica, baby, as Destiny's Child told us, the writing's on the wall. What do you mean there were no signs? There were signs and flags are waving everywhere. Then they asked Stephen, do you still talk to that woman? He's talking about nobody's going to believe me, but I only talked to her that one day. Like I never met this girl in person. This is someone I knew through Instagram. I don't know her, never met her in person. I only talked to her that day. It doesn't sound like the truth, but it is. Stephen, so that woman just decided one day to message you and say, hey, got some things going on with my heart. And while I have you, you know what I'm into that's freaky this week? Stephen, who is this woman? Because she need to be exposed. Okay, you talking about I want to respect her. Child, anyway. You want us to believe that you just started talking to this woman and she just spilled out all her fetishes to you? That is the silliest thing that I've ever heard in my life. What are you talking about? Y'all are crazy. So anywho, Stephen and Monica, it's a no. Stephen is giving creepy, and I do not know what you got going on, but it seems like you like to lie, and it seems like every single relationship, this is a pattern for you. Every relationship you get in, you do the same damn thing. Boy, goodbye and good night. Moving on to Garrett and Taylor. I don't like Garrett and Taylor. Now, I know a lot of people going to be like, oh, I don't. Because this is why. The thing is, like I said, nobody's likable. Nobody gives me the feels. There are no Cam and Lauren. There's no Brittany. There's no nothing for me. This season didn't do it for me. And the reason why I got an attitude with Taylor and Garrett is because they had an attitude throughout the entire reunion. They just mad because nobody's talking to them. Baby, y'all ain't got nothing to talk about. Then when people finally talk to them, their whole faces opened up. Y'all have nothing going on. So you want us to rush to get to the nothing when y'all have nothing to say. Garrett's talking about, we just need to move on. I'm just trying to figure out how long we're going to stay on this until we feel like it. You don't run nothing and you don't run nobody. You need to be worrying about why your mother and your daddy ain't there. Something ain't right. And why y'all in DC instead of San Francisco? Oh, okay. That's what you need to be worried about. Worry about your fishing hooks and your rod and your bait. Talking about we need to just come on. Just come on. What are we rushing through? And I loved that Monica said, no, these are things we need to talk about. This is a reunion, Garrett. Earth to Garrett. You had a little attitude the whole time. There was some kind of little chip on your shoulder. I don't know if it's because you done combed your hair out. I don't know if it's because you got your Liberace outfit on. I don't know what the hell was going on with y'all. But yeah, that's a no for me. These two are a no for me. I'm sorry. It didn't give me nothing. Again, it's just like Vanessa. Y'all want to move on when it's something you don't want to talk about. Baby, y'all sat there mute the entire reunion. You gave nothing, just like the season. So I don't get no feels from y'all. Y'all can go away as well. So that sums it up, honey, because what? Talk about something. We need to hurry up. I'm just wondering how much longer this is going to last. Baby, if you could have had a V8 and you had somewhere else to be, then go. You don't have to stick around if you don't want to. It's perfectly all right. I still don't like Garrett. I don't care what nobody say. I side eye him. Okay. Internal paramour, same here. Okay. He ain't fooling me. And I don't like the fact that he didn't scoot out of that booth and go get that phone. Talking about, I'm not going to go get it right now. I don't want to scoot out and go get that phone. That phone got something in there. And it's mighty funny that you're really chummy with Tyler. Let me tell you something. If my husband was a part of this cast, there is no way that I would want him hanging out with a Tyler or Steven or Tim. You ain't hanging out with none of them because birds of a feather flock together. And the conversation that you and Steven were having about women wanting to offer you fellatio after being on this show told me all I needed to know. See, Steven is just overly honest, and then he apologizes about it later on because he'd rather just put it all out there and get caught than you find out. So, Garrett, you're a no for me. Taylor, you're a no by association, and it's just a no all the way around. Everybody can just go away. Okay, y'all really can. It gave nothing. And I was like, what is happening here? His attitude was just so off-putting. He's one of those people that if it's not focusing on him and what he has, like he doesn't want to hear it. Come on, buddy. Time is money. I would cuss him smooth out. So it was it ain't no way. Ain't no damn way. Then they had enough nerve to throw season 8 in our faces. No, thank you. I will not be watching season 8, and I mean that. I don't want nothing else to do with Love is Blind. I'm not watching it. I'm not going past there. I'm not going by there. I'm not going to look at it. These people look boring. They look like they finna get ready to play in our faces. Why are they there? We have never had cast from the next season or the previous season. Baby, all the seasons are together. Y'all might as well do a where are they now? Where are they going? When are they going to get there? Because why do we need to see these people? This right here just pissed me off. When I saw these 3 people, I said, I got an attitude. Like, what is this? I don't want to see these people. And nothing against y'all. Y'all might be lovely people. But no, I'm not watching another season of Love is Blind. Baby, y'all done put a bad taste in my mouth. I don't want nothing to do with it. Do you hear me? When I say nothing, I do mean nothing. Just the look of these people make me want to go to sleep. Talking about February, Valentine's Day of 2025. Love is Blind will be back for season 8. No, thank you. Especially if we are going to continue to just get unresolved things happening each and every reunion. Nothing's ever resolved. Everybody's just sitting and looking. People have rehearsed their answers. The alumni is at the graduate banquet. Everybody's dressed up with nothing to say and no particular place to go. No, I'm not finna play with them. I'm not, baby, don't it? Season 8 looks like sleepy time tea, baby. And these the 3 that y'all done put up here, baby. When I looked at that, and she goes, then some of the cast is in the audience. I said, okay, y'all just doing any old thing. I do not know who is in control of the creative, but y'all need to get it together. Yeah, I really do. It just we don't expect much from the reunions because everything is already played out on TikTok and YouTube and everywhere else. But no, thank you. As long as there's 3 kids out there fatherless because of this show with no accountability to that man, I will not be watching Love is Blind no more. I do not blame you. And not only that, they just brush over abuse. I don't like that. As someone who has gone through emotional abuse, do you know how much, I don't think y'all understand how much I struggle daily. Replaying things that have been said to me, replaying things that have been done to me. And you have 8 weeks of psychological damage being done to people. And then we get down to the reunion. I'm just direct. No, you're not direct. You're an idiot. They teach you in kindergarten kind words, soft hands. Then you got men sitting up here talking about y'all women want to be, y'all want to be taken care of, y'all women. No. You got sex addicts, people. It's just too much. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want anything to do with it. And then everybody's sitting there not saying anything about Tyler, just walking off on these kids. And then there was this rumor out there that, they were told not to say anything. Well, Marissa did a live with Storytime with Ricky. And Marissa said nobody told her that they couldn't say anything. And I said, Marissa, you should have kept that to yourself because that lets me know that you might be a trash can as well. Because I'm sorry, I just couldn't sit idly by. If your moral compass is all of this and all of that, why didn't you say anything about that? The same way you said something about Nick. I understand it has to do with kids and the kids didn't sign up for the show. I get all of that. Don't talk about the kids. Talk about their dad. Y'all just all sitting there smiling and skinning and grinning with Ashley. I guess it's because you like Ashley. You don't want to upset people, but no. I ain't got time. Let's be honest. The people that got married don't get held to the fire. Chelsea and Kwame, come on, becoming L's. Milton and Lydia, Jared and Ayanna, now Ashley and Tyler. And baby, we see how Jared and Ayanna turned out. Baby, he had Ayanna snotting all over that TikTok. And I told y'all when we did that live and the people was coming in the comments talking about, you just don't like Jared, baby. It's not that I don't like Jared. I know Jared. I done dated a Jared. Okay, I done laid down on an air mattress with a Jared. I knew he was finna do her. I knew he was finna take her up through there. I knew it. She's like, I just want to love myself. I just want to get, girl. I told you to get from around there when you was down there. And you're right. They don't hold any of these people accountable. Nick and Vanessa are just not it. And I said it once and I'm going to say it again. Holly Robinson Pete and her husband, Rodney Pete, baby, they should host Love is Blind. If you have not seen Queen's Court, they are the best at connecting to their cast. They are the best at listening and making sure that you don't play in their face. When things were going down with Tamar and Jeremy was all over social media talking about how he didn't even want to do this show, baby, tell me why Holly Robinson Peete got in the comment section and said, that's funny, because you were begging us to be on this show. Baby, she don't play that. This ain't Phaedra. Baby, let me tell y'all something. They need to go over there and get those two, because they will ask the burning questions. I know y'all want to keep, them in rotation or whatever because they're familiar, but it is okay to switch out a host. We're not getting anything. And now you're losing viewership because this is the same old song and dance every single season. I just don't have time. Child, that's what I said, Lisa. Why were AD and Marshall just sitting there? And if I had to see AD's boobs one more time, I was going to scream. Child. Anybody think Marshall looks like Jesse Williams? Oh, yes, definitely. That could be his little brother. Hey, Namaste Quay, thank you for the super chat. How hard is it for Ashley to speak to Bri and the kids? In what world does a sperm donor sign birth certificates and pay $2,400 a month in child support? Ashley said, F them kids. Baby, did she not? Did she not say F them kids? And that's what everybody, I don't understand why. And this is the thing. She's trying to make it seem like we're being unreasonable. Ma'am, you're complicit in keeping this man like both of y'all are just trash. I'm sorry. It's just for lack of a better word. Because why would you want to pretend that they don't exist? Talking about some donating genetics. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's crazy. Sister Girl on Film said they will shut the show down before they let anyone besides the Dulce de Leches host. Well, they need to get the Dulce de Leches up out of there, child. Don't make no damn sense. Shut it down. That's fine. Child, it ain't entertaining anyway. Kinetic gonna really feel it when next season viewerships drop to hell. And you know what? You know what's so funny about that? Kinetic also does Married at First Sight. My numbers have never been this low for Married at First Sight. People flock to Married at First Sight. But you know what? After last season and the He-Man Woman Haters Club and the Bitter Betties and the Mean Girls and the way that season played out, baby, people were so upset with Married at First Sight. They were like, we are not watching it. And they meant that. My views used to be in the 20s and the 30s and the 40,000s. Baby, I am barely getting 8,000 views on their review. You know why? Because they don't give a damn about Married at First Sight. Because y'all keep on playing in people's faces. These people not playing with y'all. I think AD looked pretty, but she could have kept her mouth quiet. I think she looks pretty. Don't get me wrong. But it's that I don't want to see all your everything. And it's also that whole airhead, and what did she say? And it was so cringy. It was just so cringy, honey. Call me what you want, but you ain't finna sit up in front of my man with your boobs out. It just ain't gonna work. I have a child with a man now married. He's seen my daughter maybe 4 times. She'll be 6 in February. Mind you, his now wife has my number and access to bridge the gap as well. They're both trash to me. Tori, you better speak your speech. Okay? Because every day I'm fighting. And this soon-to-be ex-husband went and created an entirely new family, honey. Not recently. I'm talking about back in 2017. Okay? No, not 17. 16. My son was 1. Okay? And he decided to just go and do whatever it is that he wanted to do off on his own by himself. Now, all of a sudden, after I've done all the hard work and I've been in all the hospital rooms and baby, I done been where there have been asthma attacks and he had to relearn to walk again. I've been in every single speech therapy, food therapy. I've done it all. Now, here your ass come at age 9 when we halfway there talking about some tag me in. I would like full custody, please. Are you crazy? So for Tyler to just act like these kids don't exist because you got a new woman, I know it all too well. And that new woman is just like Ashley. So for me, every time I see her, I don't want to hear her speak. My nose is turned up. My face is frowned up because you don't get to decide when and how you want to be involved. Talking about you'll see me around. I'm always around. Tyler, go to hell respectfully. Child, please. It's people like Ashley that make more Tylers. Why would men take accountability and be better if there's an Ashley ready to marry him? Okay. Begging. Yes, I got laid off and my daughter is out of her therapies due to lack of insurance, heavy weight to bear alone. It's a lot. It is a lot. Like, that's just crazy. Even if the donor story were true, which it definitely isn't, once you step up for the kids, you can't just step down all of a sudden. Ain't no backseats. Exactly, Wavy. That's the thing. It's like he in and out. It's like he playing double dutch. Are you nuts? Nicole, thank you for the super chat. What's funny is how Ashley and Tyler sticking to the donor story, saying how he stepped up to be a dad to make him look like a hero, but you haven't seen or spoken to the kids. Now, what the hell? You still look crazy. Exactly. And she has rehearsed these lines that she keeps repeating because she did an interview and we went through it, and she keeps talking about humanity and how we don't understand when things look different. And humanity is not, they don't understand that things look different and it's not what you would think, and they can't grasp that concept. Ma'am, you are sitting next to the most inhumane thing that was ever created, and you want to talk about humanity? Ma'am, what's inhumane is that he has somehow erased those kids and that family from memory so that he can create more kids in a family with you, which is unfair. So humanity is doing what humanity should do, and that's caring about those children. And I heard a lot of people say, y'all don't care for real. Y'all don't care. No, you don't care for real. Because there are people who are going through that. There are mothers who wonder, well, why did he just up and go over here and start a whole new family and act like my kids don't exist? No, you don't care for real. Like, that's crazy. Him doing Mandingo parties is what really sent me, girl. Okay. Child, they nasty. They nasty. People like us are too smart for this show. That's the problem. Girl, yeah, and then they get mad. Talking about some humanity. Girl, if you don't go. Ashley nominated herself Tyler's PR rep. He sat there and let her do all the talking. She been doing all the interviews. That's another thing that's pissing me off too. Girl, he is leaving you out there to be the Robin Dixon to his Juan Dixon. You don't go out there and do all the interviews and let him sit at home and twiddle his damn thumbs. Them his kids. He needs to come and represent for what he believes in. Since y'all claim it's just a donor situation, let's hear it. Letting her do all the talking. Baby, she is fighting for her life over there on that TikTok. Do y'all hear me? Baby, it's a fool. Just Tika said, you see how she's trolling about being pregnant recently? It's not humanity that doesn't understand. It's you, Ashley. You don't understand that you're being played. It's not even about his child's mother. And you know what? She understands she being played, but she ain't gonna let you see that. Let me tell you what my grandmother told me a long time ago. And I was like, oh, I couldn't have lived in that generation. I was getting cheated on. This was in high school, okay? And I was just crying, honey, because, oh, I just had to have that boy, okay? And my grandmother told me, no, don't cry. Because if you cry, you're going to make her think she winning. Even if you don't want him or whatever, just present like you want him in front of everybody. Because that way she won't be winning. And this is when I was a young girl in high school. The mentality is that you present this united front so that you don't look like you're losing. But behind closed doors, you're losing big time. I was like, I don't want to sit up and put up no front, baby. I'm hurt. Baby, I was giving Marissa. And she wanted me to give Ashley. No, you don't let her have your man. Why would I want to keep this boy? He has been cheating on me. What are you talking about? But see, that's old school. And my grandmother was like, yeah, I ain't let them have my husband, baby. He go out and do what he do. He gonna come home and lay the money down on the table. And I'm just listening like, say what now? And it was from that moment that I said, I'm not going to let people play in my face like that. Nobody's going to treat me like that. And I'm not going to just present like we're good just because I don't want the other person to win. And how I knew that was her mentality is when she said, I wanted to wear a black dress for revenge. Girl, we are not against you. We are for you. People want to act like I'm not intelligent, like I'm stupid. People act like I don't know these things. Ashley, that's not helping your case, honey. Because what you should have said is, there were certain things that I didn't know. And then when I was privy to the information, the way that he explained it to me is a way in which I understood it. And we're working through that. Not you sitting up doubling down on him disappearing on them kids. Girl is giving trash can. Thank you, Anna, for the super chat. I wonder if Ashley's kids are going to get Tyler's other children's hand-me-downs. Bloop, a little something for your divorce fund. Thank you, Anna. I sure appreciate you, honey. Because that man sure asked me for $7,000 today. I said, not $7,000. I need to go on down. You let Greg borrow $10,000. Child, look, I need somebody to let me borrow $10,000. I pay it back. Because this just don't make no sense. That older generation still believes in women winning if they have a man, even if the man is trash. Toya, please say it again for the people in the back, baby. My whole family full of them. When I tell you, you ain't going to see a divorce. It's people still together to this day. And I'm just thinking to myself, how could it be? And then it's country folk, because half my family from the country. Okay, we country through and through. And baby, they going to get that little house in the country, and he going to be down to the juke joint. He done slept with everybody in the town. But guess what? When it's time for the family reunion, why my auntie going to show up in her matching shirt with her man, knowing that he done slept with her cousin? Baby, they'll do anything to keep a man. I can't do it. I am the one who got away. I can't. All my cousins are just like that too. And I ain't gonna lie, even my sister, baby, they'll do anything. They are Ashleys. I am not. I will fight you tooth and nail. My mouth is just too, I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't like to be mistreated because I know what I offer you. So I don't want you to just take me all the way through the ringer just to say that we're together. I don't like that feeling. That's crazy. And you know what? For a moment, I ain't gonna lie. When I was with that soon-to-be ex-husband, child, he was doing every type of abuse that you could think of. And I was just right there like, okay, gotta stay together for my family. You gotta watch who you let speak to you, because you ingest certain things and then you start thinking all the way wrong. You need wise counsel. Don't let anybody just talk to you, child. If you're going through something, people might think I'm a little bit, too direct. Shout out to Hannah. But it's only because been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I don't want you to have to go through that. That's not a good feeling. And I know it's not a good feeling for Ashley to fight with everybody on the internet. She's probably afraid to even open social media apps. Her face is everywhere. And Tyler just going to basketball games, football games, soccer. He don't care. Why? Because Ashley is doing all the heavy lifting. That's crazy. This is the mindset they're talking about when they say women ain't like the older generation. And we not. Okay, Brandy. And ain't. And see, that's when you get these podcasts about, well, the woman should and the man should. Baby, leave me alone. We passed that. We've evolved. Okay? Don't let me get a podcast mic. Because, baby, y'all ain't going to want to hear what I got to say. Their motto is a piece of man is better than no man at all. No, ma'am. Lauren, you better say it. And then this is crazy because then when they all get together, because, I be walking up in there solo dolo. I'm the only one by myself. Everybody with their cheating man. Mind you, I be seeing they man cheat. Okay, perfect example. We went to a funeral. My cousin, man, was outside. And I'm going outside to catch my breath. My son was very young at the time. So, baby, he bending all back. You know how them kids be bending back when they don't want to do what you tell them to do? So I think he might have been like 1.5 or 2. Baby, he got the bending back, acting like I'm like, oh, let me step outside, child, before I go off. So I go outside. I'm minding my black-owned business, and I really am trying to get this child under control. So I put him down, let him walk a little bit, because, kids, they have to get out the energy. Tell me why her husband come tiptoeing out the side door, talking about everything okay? You looking good. Baby, don't play them games over this way. I have seen every last one of they men out and about doing the wrong things, but they gonna stick beside them. So I don't say nothing. I just show up to the family functions and twirl around one good time, me and my son, and we gone. I'm not finna hang around with y'all because y'all don't think right. And then they're like, well, you don't want us to be, baby, I do want you to be happy. This is not happiness. Every day you just sitting there fighting for your life, wondering if he gonna come home. That's crazy. My mama's sister is still married, even though her husband is a Juan Dixon and he has changed the locks. Baby, I had one of them lock me out. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And Tyler out here Honey Drop, you better say it. Baby Tyler out there fishing. He got his damn hook and reel and rod, and he out there fishing while she fighting for her life. That is insane. Can I listen to the podcast on my iPod? Omar, Omar, please. Yes, you can, honey. I don't have no podcast, but I should have one, honey. Let me tell y'all how to get yourselves together. Oh, you know what? I should start me a podcast called Been There, Done That, Got the T-shirt. Y'all come on over there and listen to the podcast over on the iTunes or wherever they be on, child. Because I got some things to say, honey. I can help some of y'all stay out of these situations, child. It's a fool. Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Ashley is the woman you don't have to lie to. She'll lie to herself just to say I have a man. But if she like it, I love it. Okay? And that is the truth. She has convinced herself that he donated his genetics. That's all I needed to hear. Girl, do you? I ain't got time. Hey, Jerica, thank you for the super chat. All this just for Ashley to end up with a deadbeat like her father. What an unfortunate... Shout out to Clint. No, but y'all. But listen though, Jerica, when they showed them in them matching pajamas, I said, baby, not them in the matching PJs. He ain't new to this. He true to this. Girl, he been wearing matching pajamas. You so happy that you can finally take an Instagram worthy picture. The social media has really got people's minds warped. She is too pretty to be sitting up here in those matching onesies just to say that she has a man. Talking about, this is my calmest love, baby. He is planning his exit. This is a cycle. It's not going to end well. Now, I wish you all the best, and I really hope that I'm wrong. I really do. But, baby, I got kind of like a 98% success rate. I done called each and every one of the fools, but nobody want to listen, child. They say I'm too hard on them, child. They say I'm too hard on them. I don't know. Jess, thank you for the super chat. I just know Jasmine Brown is in Ashley's DM giving her words of encouragement. And she ain't gonna listen. She ain't gonna listen to not a one. Because she thinks that she's won. I can't believe they showed that season 8 cast. I get mad every time I think about it. Don't be showing me no damn cast. Remember that one couple when the man got mad, she went somewhere and he locked her out the shared apartment? Jose. I ain't gonna never forget. Because me and Rachel, we real cool. Okay? Follow each other over on the Instagram and everything. Jose gonna lock that woman out of that apartment? Deep child. Okay. If that's what y'all want, honey. If that's what y'all want. Her flying in 79 said, Mama always tell me don't be hard up for nobody. Okay, now see, the grandma, this is the crazy part, because the grandmother that I talk to all the time, she'll tell me in a minute, girl, don't be no fool. She will tell me that in a minute. That's my girl. I talk to her all day and night. Okay, I tell her all my business. When I say all my business, I don't need no girlfriends. I just call my grandma. So I'm telling y'all, because she's getting older and she's, going through some things. The day that my grandmother is not here to talk to me, y'all better not look for me. Y'all gonna be looking for me in the daytime with a flashlight. I'm going to be in the fetal position because I speak to her every single day. So it's going to be a problem. But on the other side, my dad's mom, she is the keep 'em by any means necessary grandmother. And I'm just like, what? Ew. It just, child, they are on two separate ends of the spectrum. One grandmother is single in the city and the other one still with her husband, child, and she done shot at him and everything else, child. It's just a mess. It really is. It's just a mess, honey. It's really a fool. Hold on, let me go down. Tyler's paying rents with his genetics. Clown. Ain't he though? Did Misha say Juan Dixon? And did. Yep, Juan Dixon, honey. And she's sitting up there playing Rob. Angie said, Tyler's kids are going to grow up and resent him for life. They are, Angie. And then blame Ashley for it if they happen to stay together. I hope she's ready for that. And she ain't going to care. Because in her mind, she's going to rationalize why it took place and the reason why they're in this space. She is not going to care. And that's really sad. Ashley is the naked wife. Shout out to Arthur Janice Hilton Thompson. Tyler left her unprotected out here in these internet streets and gone on about his business. Shout out to Janice. Gone on about his business. That is just sad. And everybody's making excuses for him. I was a little bit disappointed in Zach and Bliss as well. because there's an interview that was done, and I went over it on Patreon, and Bliss said, I wouldn't really mind. I think it's noble, because they asked Bliss, what would you think if you found out that Zach had 3 children? And she said, I would think that it's very noble that he decided to donate so that a couple could have a child. But if he was like living with them and things like that, like they're trying to make it seem like Tyler is doing, then I would kind of be upset. But I mean, they're good people. And then Zach starts talking about they are very awesome people. Nobody can be awesome if they're behaving in this way. There's no awesome characteristics about them. I don't understand it. I know y'all got to stick together because y'all all went through the Love is Blind experiment, but it's okay to call a spade a spade. And as I'm talking about this, it makes me think back to what AD said on this reunion, which is another reason why she aggravated me. So they're talking about Hannah and how Hannah is treating Nick, and then Nick, the host, he turns to AD and says, AD. And then AD is like, well, I mean, Hannah said what she said. Okay. And I love that for you. And girl, you look great, by the way. Okay. Baddie. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? That was your moment to say, Hannah, that wasn't cool the way that you spoke to him. And even if the roles were reversed, I would feel the same way if it was Nick speaking to you that way. Nick, if you did say these things about her, that's not cool either. It just seems like the two of you were not meant to be. Sometimes two people just don't mesh, and that is okay. It's all about your delivery. You could have been very graceful and bowed out gracefully. There was no need to berate him. Not her. She's talking about some, girl, you look great, by the way. I was like, ugh, child, Right then, I said, I ain't watching this no more. I'm done with them. I'm done with them. I'm done. I'm never watching this again. Thank you for the super chat. I said on another channel, Ashley is like Shay from Put a Ring on It. She does not want to be bothered with previous kids and encourages absenteeism. And baby, let me tell you something. Speaking of Shay and Mike, why I seen them over on the TikTok, baby, she's still running them. They finally got married. And yeah, I don't see them kids. Remember when she said the kids had to sleep somewhere else? She said the kids needed to get an Airbnb. Baby, I ain't gonna never forget that season of Put a Ring on It. That was crazy. If you have not seen season 1 of Put a Ring on It, I wasn't reviewing shows then. That's when I first, because this is the reason why I started reviewing. It has something to do with another content creator. I've told that story before. But I remember watching Put a Ring on It, and I was talking to the screen. That season and that season of Love is Blind Ready to Love, they were airing congruently. So I was watching both of them back to back on Friday nights, and baby, my mouth was wide open, and I used to be screaming at the screen, just talking. And I'm like, I need to talk to somebody about this. So I didn't know how I was going to talk to them, and then all of y'all came. So I appreciate y'all for coming. But yeah, baby, they together, they married. Them kids ain't nowhere to be found. She said he needed to get an Airbnb so that the kids can come visit. She don't even want them in the house. And he went right there and married her. He's disgusting, and so is she. Child. AD is Love is Blind's mascot. Girl, bye. That Love is Blind's mascot. Beauty and Brains 86. Are you me or am I you? AD dresses to show off her body 24/7. Baby, it's there. We see it. You got it going on. Do you hear me? You got it going on. But that flirty foolishness only can get you so far. Now you're over there with Ollie. Girl, you went from Clay to Ollie. And not Clay doing reviews now. Child, he done reviewed episodes 1 through 13 of Love is Blind. Nobody asked for him, but child, he did it. I'm like, this is a mess. I follow Shay too. I love their fake content. Girl, don't they be faking? She's talking about, I'm making my husband some salmon because my husband likes salmon. I'm like, girl, anyway. Shay and Mike just did a stupid skit about being married to a partner with different political views, implying that one of them voted for. I'm continuing to be annoyed by them. They ignorant. Like, they really are. And I can see them doing a skit like that. Because they are just crazy. I'm done with AD too. She's just nonsense. I don't have time to be playing with her. There's nothing worse than a person that can be everything to everybody else but won't be a parent to their child. You better say that again. And it's hurtful because you show up places and you just push through. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking, wow, I'm really doing this by myself. A perfect example is my son had a Father's Day brunch thing at his daycare. This was a few years ago. And you would be shocked at how many moms were there. I felt like I wanted to throw up. When I say I cried in that car, because, I thought I followed the blueprint. You get married, you had a baby, and it's all good. But when I got to that car, y'all, I must have cried. And I was just like, okay, not me showing up by myself for a Father's Day thing, because I didn't want him to be there by himself. It was like you had to bring donuts or something like that. I forgot what it was. But I just didn't want him to be there by himself. And then now here I am fighting, and you just come around whenever you feel like that's not how this works. You can't disappear for years and then come back. But see, the way that it's set up is that people have been telling me, well, you want to give him a chance. He wants to be involved now. What? That's not how this works. That's not how this works. You're not going to be coming in and out and out and in. Like, what? But it's nothing you can do because, that's their other parent. And you don't have a say so when you go before these people. They're going to decide your life for you. And it's really not fair. It's really not. It's just really not. Ashley is the perfect example of when your father breaks your heart and you haven't healed. She's thinking she can fix this man, but K. Michelle said it best. You can't raise a man, honey. He's already grown. What you gonna do? Shayna, hey Shayna, they literally get praised for not even doing the bare minimum. If they do that, like they really do. Praise for doing absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. That's how my sperm donor was. Thought he could be constantly in and out of my life. I never felt a connection to him and finally cut him off after high school. I'm proud of you because it really does take a toll on you mentally. It does. And I don't think that people are understanding that. It's just like you just have to deal with it and just keep on going. And that's crazy. And that's the heaviness that surrounds this season. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, well, it's not that serious. It's just a show. No, it's very serious. That part I wasn't, we can deal with the cheating. You shouldn't deal with the cheating. But what I mean is we hear about the cheating and it's like, okay, they cheated. I knew he was a cheater. That hurts. It does. But when you have people who didn't ask to be here, they're little babies, they don't know any better. And then y'all over here glorifying, trying to make them that couple. Tell me, let's talk about the beautiful marriages. Beautiful marriages. Okay. Ma T said, when Lauren and Cam distanced themselves from Love is Blind, I knew this show was going down the drain. Baby, they don't even want to be bothered at all. And I do not blame them at all. I don't. My dad never could remember my birthday. He called me years ago on the 28th, but my birthday is November 26th. And the last time I physically seen him, I was in the 6th grade. I'm 25 now. Oh, I'm sorry, Romeo. Well, he missing out, honey, on all the greatness. Okay, so don't even worry about it. Well, I can't say don't even worry about it, but he is missing out on greatness. And not on the 28th. Sir, that's not it. Okay. Don't say Moonlight. Oh, I like that name. Yeah, that is hurtful and confusing for kids. Leaves them waiting for the other parent to show up. Yeah, and then you got to pick up the pieces and all that and start doing all that talking. And I really feel for Bri and her family and just all of that. It's just too much. Now, her mom ended up doing an interview with Storytime with Ricky, and she was saying that she was about to post these receipts, but she didn't post said receipts because Tyler had sent her a message that he was going to unalive himself if the receipts were shown. So she pulled back. Now, I don't know why she felt the need to share that part. And at a point, as I was listening to her, I was just thinking, okay, now we all need to just stop talking now because the show is over and I don't want the kids to hear anymore. I just feel like it's been enough said. He disappeared. He's not coming back unless he wants to. So I just would not talk about it anymore. They're small. You're just gonna have to explain it to them. What I did was I put my son in therapy. Baby, he been in therapy since he was 3. He didn't even know what's going on, child. He in there playing with blocks. The lady is like, "Is he okay?" Child, he don't even know what he doing in there with that lady. But I did that so that he could have an outlet. And I always check in, like, how's your mental health? I'll just randomly ask that question. But he'll say, "Oh, it's not so good." And then we'll talk about it. But all she can do now is just get them in some therapy, talk to them, and just let them know, because they're gonna be confused, super confused. The wife going on a baby moon, and honey, she ain't having no baby. How you gonna leave the girl at home? Like, it's just too much going on. Then she dipped, and Tyler going to the freak offs. It's just so much happening. Okay, it's just so much happening. I don't know. That's such a manipulative thing to say and do after that rapper who did that last month. I don't put it past. I said the same thing, Leah. I said the exact same thing. Why would you do that? Why would you even say that? Miss B, I would expose him all the way if I was the mom. You would? See, I would stop. I would stop it right there. Because what else could we hear? It's so bad. It's just, I don't know how much worse it can get, how much more worse it can get. So I just wouldn't say anything else. Because it's not, this is the thing. Them saying all of that, what is he going to do? He ain't coming around. You can't force him to come around. I used to be like that. Like, I'm going to tell him everything. They're still going to do what they want to do. So I just wouldn't say nothing else. That rabbit hole runs deep. It sure does. Oh, yeah, it is, Toya. It's supposed to be November 14th. He ain't going to show up, child. He is not going to show. And then have enough nerve to owe $30-something thousand, and he's in the arrears $30,000. NRH said, Misha, have you heard the rumor in the internet streets that Ashley is pregnant? Allegedly. Yes, I've heard it. Child, when I first seen them pictures, I said, oh, honey, y'all get in here. Now, I don't know if this is true. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm going to just drop this right here. I don't know. I ain't going to say that she is because I don't want to watch nobody else's womb. I'm just hoping that she's not. I really don't think that she is. But we shall see, honey. Only time will tell. Oh, baby, they're going to garnish them checks and that bank account. So if they think that they're going to sit up and do some brand deals, and baby, you better be putting it in Ashley's account. Because if it's in his, and if y'all, because she's going to be silly enough to get a joint account, baby, y'all going to be sitting in the red for a while until he gets back on track. That's crazy. You have a point, Misha. It's the petty, fleshy side of me that wants him exposed all the way. Lord, forgive me. It's for our entertainment, because they put it out there or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just keep thinking, like, the baby gonna see it. Don't say nothing else. Just leave it alone. Don't say nothing else. Just don't say nothing else. Now I'm starting to feel bad. At first, I was like, what? Not 3 kids, child. This is a mess. But I didn't know it was just like that. Then something else came out. Then he owed the money. Then he was texting the other woman while he was in the apartment with Ashley. Ashley, did you hear that? Or the social media detectives, they got that information. Ashley talking about she ran a thorough background check. Girl, if you ran a thorough background check on that man, you didn't stop to say, why have you been evicted from every single apartment? You don't like to pay bills? Red flag. And no, thank you. Why do they say that you went down and fought for rights? You were just donating your genetics, right? And girl, you didn't run no thorough background check. If you did, it must have been on them people finders or whatever. That don't show you nothing, honey. Trust me, I know. You ain't found nothing on them, but you got to go down to a real PI, honey. They need to get down to the nitty gritty. Pull it up. Like, baby, I got to pull up even friends, honey. Wait a minute, let me make sure you ain't engaged in something you ain't got no business being engaged in. I ain't trying to get caught up out there in them streets. E. Peters said, it's the petty get back at Ashley's responses that make me want all the receipts. But you're right. The kids' feelings matter. Yeah, that too. I thought about that. I was like, I kind of want to see what's going on since Ashley thinks that she knows more than everybody else. But then as I heard the grandmother speak, I was just like, okay, now I don't know. It just was like a feeling that I got. I couldn't continue to even watch. I was like, okay, that's enough. Like, don't even speak about it, because this is going to live on in infamy and they're going to see it. So just let it go. Daniela said, Ashley said she ran a background check. Ain't no way. Girl, she said as soon as they got their phones back, her and her cousin ran a thorough background check. And she said she found everything that she needed to know. Say what? So, if in my experience, okay, they show you old traffic tickets. Okay. They show you last known addresses. They show you phone numbers that they used to have. There's nothing juicy enough for you to say yay or nay. But I had a friend and she moved out of state and we lost contact. And I'm very sad about that because I really need her right now. But anyway, I had a friend who worked for a law firm. And baby, that stuff she pulled up, I was talking to this one dude. Let me tell y'all a story time. It's not really a story time. So I was talking to this one dude, been knowing him for years. When I say for years, I mean since we were 16 years old. That's how long I've known him. So around the time where I started posting on my Instagram before I met that soon-to-be ex-husband, he started coming around telling me he wanted to take me on dates and whatnot. Well, when I worked with the girl, she also worked for a law firm. So she was like, let me pull his stuff and see if he's a good guy. And I'm like, oh, he's definitely a good guy. I've been knowing him since I was 16. I know his family. I know. Tell me why she went and pulled up his stuff. I didn't even know the man had kids. Okay. He had a daughter. And not only that, he was representing himself online like this man that eats clean, doesn't smoke. He does everything the right way, everything by the book. Very stand-up guy. Baby, it was total opposite. He had been to jail for larceny. Okay, a grand arson or larceny, one of them. The child had been to prison. All of that. When I tell you that background check ran deep and he was smoking his life away, child, went to jail because he had some in his car. I'm talking about the background check was checking. I didn't know nothing about that. So I get the rap sheet about 4 or 5 pages long. Baby, y'all think I answered that man the next time he called me? I said, you all full on facade. He was on Instagram making it seem like he just is this well-rounded, grounded man. And the background check pulled up that he was a fool. Do you hear me? And I remember him saying to me, you know, we were talking about something and he goes, yeah, I don't smoke the devil's lettuce. And, men that do that, they don't have self-control. And I'm like, yeah, because I don't like men that do that, so I'm just talking to him. Baby, not only does he do it, not only is he the president, but he's also a client. I said, what in the world? Went to jail for selling it. I said, okay, baby. You don't know people. You don't know who these people are. Baby, when that girl got through pulling that background check up, my mouth was wide open. She said, girl, don't you talk to that man. I said, girl, I didn't know none of this. He had me fooled because we went to school together. And everything that he presented was clean cut, nice, had a nice job. Honey, I don't even think he really worked there. I don't know nothing about this man. And to this day, he still tries to message me on Instagram and I will block him. And now Instagram has this thing where you can block them in all future accounts that they create. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness, honey, because I had blocked him and he came show right back up talking about, I think something going on with Instagram. No, something going on with you. You a lying, the truth ain't in it. Child, anyway. Absolutely not. That's why I'm not mad at Bride's mom airing that man out. These men are liars. You're right. Block him everywhere. Oh, I did. Now, see, this was years ago. This was years ago that she gave me the tea. So I done switched phone numbers since then, addresses, and all that. The only thing I have is my Instagram still. And child, ain't but 300 people following me. If I don't know you, if I don't know your mama and them, if I ain't grow up with you, I don't be just accepting no request. Absolutely not. Child, a mess. That's the best feature they got. Girl. Because at first you just block them and he just kept creating stuff. But now when you block them, if they create a future account, they block it too. I'm like, okay, now we're getting somewhere, child. Because it's scary out here in these streets. M-Town Libra, hey, I haven't seen you in the comment section lately. I ran a background check on my ex. Turns out he was lying about his name, age, birthday, where he went to undergrad, grad school, high school. Damn, did he go to school? Baby, these people trash. When I tell you they be trash, you really got to be careful now. Like you really do. And I knew a man that scrubbed his entire life from the internet. I don't know how he was able to do it, child. I really don't. But baby, you can't find that man. I don't care if you put it in Google. I don't care what you put it in. Whatever search engine you use, he shall not come up. I don't know what that is. What kind of clearance is that? I don't like that. That's scary. But you know another thing I don't like about just like the internet in general, it's so unsafe. You literally can get people's old addresses and even current phone numbers and current addresses. That should be illegal. There should be some type of law in place where you are not able. What if you're being stalked? What if you have a situation going on where you need to be protected? You can't because everything is online. That's crazy. Her Flyness said probably paid for a scrub. See, and I didn't even know that you could do that. I've never even heard of such a thing. Like, not a scrub, child. What? Dating men is incredibly dangerous. Men who move like Tyler are dangerous. Tim too, child. That whole stage was giving me stranger danger, but that's just me. Thank you for reminding me to Google myself. I just had to remove my info from another site. Baby, and it keep popping up. I done opted out so many sites. I think it's a thing though that you can get somebody to like opt out all of the sites and they do it ever so often. I'm gonna have to look into that, child. And if y'all want to sponsor me, that's fine too, honey. So I can tell the people. This don't make no sense. I had an ex that wiped out his existence on the internet. He paid for that. Oh, girl, you can pay for it. I see. Hell no. Misha, did you hear David from Married at First Sight will be in Jordan's Peele remake of The People Under the Stairs? Will he? Sleepy Panda, thank you for the super chat. Seriously, are you trying to be funny because he live in that basement? Which one is it? Not him being in a movie. Child, say what now? You can request to get it removed. That's on my current address and even unit. See? And I think about that every day. Every day I be so scared, Lord. I be so scared. I had to tell the courts to please keep my information private. They don't really care until you end up on a t-shirt. And it's sad, but it's true. Like, that don't make no sense. I don't want people to have my information like that. There really should be something to that. You shouldn't be able to pay $1.99. Like, let me tell you what happened one time. So there was a car following me. I was going to pick up my son because I was working 2 jobs. And I get to my parents' house and I see this car following me for the longest time. And, I pulled into the police station, which is close to where my parents live. And I see them drive on by. So I'm like, okay, cool. Woo, okay, they're gone. So I pull out. When I get into the neighborhood, it's the exact same car. So I call my mama on the phone. I'm like, I think this car is following me. Mind you, it's a crazy on the loose. So I'm like, I think this car is following me. She's like, okay, we'll go around and then come back. So she was like, go around and try to get behind them so that you could get the license plate. So after we got through playing cat and mouse for about 5 minutes, turning left and right and left, and 2 lefts made a right and the right made a left, and then I made a U-turn, I get the person's license plate. Tell me why I go online and there's like a site where you could pay $5, put in the license plate number. Baby, when I tell you it pulled up every single thing about that car, who the car was registered to, whose car it is, every bit of information about that person based on that license plate was there. Come to find out, it was my dang on sister's best friend. And I'm like, girl, don't be following me like that. Girl, I thought something was going on. She was like, no, I forgot that I needed. She just going on and on. I'm like, girl, do not follow people like that. You're going to be following the wrong one day. Crazy tale. It pulled up all her information. When I say all of it, I do mean all of it. And you could just pay for that. People just going around Googling license plates. Y'all better be careful out there in them streets. Anywho, y'all, it is officially 10 o'clock and we've been on here for 2 hours. I could talk to y'all all day, but it is a school night. Listen, tomorrow is a very important day. Okay. So do your thing. I will catch y'all on the flip side. That's it. That's a wrap for Love is Blind. Thank goodness these people need to go away and never return. As I stated, I don't like any of them. Down to Garrett and Taylor. I know that may be unpopular, and I can tell that the comment section is probably going to be like, no, Garrett and Taylor are great. They are not. They are not. So, yeah, it's a no. Look, Shayna said, y'all got me Googling myself right now. Girl, look up been verified. Oh, girl, I did. I had to get myself off of there. I looked up my own phone number and it had all my info, place of work, address, everything. Still don't know how to wipe it. Oh, okay. Ileana, look, DM me on Instagram. I will walk you through it. Because I got my stuff off. Been verified, people finders. What's that? A Spokio. It's a whole lot of them. I got all my stuff off of there. I was like, no, y'all need to take that off now. Okay, like I'm gonna have to start sending my stuff to a P.O. box. Like, that's just crazy. Anywho, I enjoyed y'all. Like the live on your way out. Google yourself to make sure that you are safe. Please make sure you don't have any street shots of your home, honey, because they got the aerial shots going. You can see the cars in the parking lot, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so just Google yourself, make sure you're good. Hopefully these people go away and never return. Hopefully Ashley ain't pregnant. I don't think that she is. Marissa got a new man. Girl, bye. Hannah, you're mean. You're a bully. Alex, girl, I feel sorry for you. Clean that nasty place up. Tim, hairy, scary monster. Leo, okay, sir. You're all right, you and your Rolex. Brittany, your boobs are still hard. You should have let them settle a little bit or wore a different dress. Tyler, yuck. Ashley, double yuck. Tyler, ugh. Every time I think about you, I just get mad. Taylor and Garrett, okay. Steven, please don't drive white vans, okay? Because you look like you'll pull up in a white van and do something that ain't right. Ramses, I'm so happy that you cut those 2 braids, but if you can't decide on a hairstyle, you definitely can't decide on a relationship. Nick and Vanessa, until next season. All right, y'all. I will catch y'all on the flip side. Y'all show up for the review tomorrow night for Married at First Sight. And then we're going to move into Bell Collective, Life After Lockup. And then it happens all over again. We are going to start doing our lives for Married at First Sight. And also, what else is going on? I don't know, child. Check the community tab. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Night, night, y'all.